this whole thing? When did this start?
I've always done workshops for libraries and whoever invites me to come teach workshops. So it's just something I do. One of everybody's favorite workshop at a Comic-Con or a library is called Write a Villain. I will split them into groups and have a leader from each group. They pick a scenario, they have to act it out, and then the whole class or group sits down and writes what they saw. And by the end of the session, they find out more about perspective and memory. And, of course, writers have a lot of distractions. So
very much so.
So while they're writing, I will go and distract them. So, for example, the first part that I was distracting them, I was throwing Smarties at them, doing drums on their head.
Throwing Smarties at them.
The second time, I was passing out bookmarks. Third time, I was dancing, and it was funny. By the end of the session, the Ponca City St. Mary's Catholic School was trying to get one of their classmates to teach me a different dance because they wanted to see me do it. So we had a lot of fun. And this little girl, she came up. They had a book fair. She came up. She's like, "How much is your mermaid book?" And I'm like, "Well, it's $25." And she had those puppy dog eyes. And she said, "Well, my mom only gave me $10 to buy a book." And my heart melted. She really wanted my book, so I sold it to her for $10. It was so cute. She was so devastated she couldn't buy my book, so I gave her a huge discount.
See, Nagy would have turned around and been like, "Well, I wouldn't have sold her the book."
But the thing is,
I know what you're saying, and I get what you're saying, and I think that's fantastic.
My dreams, so I try to support other people's dreams. And yes, there was a birthday girl, and I gave her a copy of my Jay's Funny But True book for her birthday. Yes, it's a $20 book. But when she turned in her homework assignment a couple months ago for short stories, she wrote 29 pages. Instead of just like one page, she turned in 29 pages. So, she could be the next John Ringo. She could be the next Steven Spielberg. It just takes one person to make a difference in somebody's life, and it could be my smile that keeps them alive for another day. It could be my laugh that helps them get through the next couple years. You never know how you're going to affect somebody.
I think that's awesome. That is fantastic. That is a heartwarming deal.
Well, I try to be. I try to remind others to live, learn, love, and laugh again.
Because I know that Nagy will get a hold of me and he's just like, "She's just so ridiculous, blah, blah, blah." I don't understand why.
You just hear it from one person. I get private messages about all the other people that think I'm ridiculous.
Well,
and you tell me I'm ridiculous, so.
Well, every once in a while, but I mean, a lot of that is just.
But you like turning me loose.
I'm fun and
events so that I'll act like a little schoolgirl and enjoy all the sights like we did in Hutchinson. That was awesome. Was that for the Apollo 13?
Yes, and they're going to do another one of those, I guess, next summer or something. So
now it's an annual thing instead of just commemorating the 50 years.
Yeah, apparently it must have worked, so they're like, "Well, we're going to do this again."
It was fun.
So
I even got to sit inside a giant tank, take a selfie.
Well, and this is something else.
And I got to play chess.
Nagy was asking me, why is it when you go to these Comic-Cons you never interview any of these people? You just take selfies.
I do interview
He goes, "She should have content. She should put things up on Patreon."
Because I'm usually dancing down the aisle, making somebody laugh or taking selfies with somebody or signing books or...
He was like, she should be providing content.
I should.
So, I don't know. Well, I don't know if we're going to hear from Peter Strickland. I think he might just be done. And, once again, this is why I scheduled Bolin for the first hour. Because I knew that we wouldn't have our rappers